Hi there, my name is Molly and I am the founder and executive director of the Breathe Network. And I wanted to give you an update on our Indiegogo campaign, Holistic Healing for Survivors of Sexual Violence. I am so excited to share with you that we are 15% funded just 7 days into our campaign. We're well on our way to achieve our goal for a fully funded national training and education project. I also wanted to let you know what we were up to in the last week. We had a very busy week. I was in Chicago, and along with some of our local Breathe Network providers, we facilitated a 6-hour training on understanding the mental, physical, and spiritual impacts of sexual violence, how to provide trauma-informed care, how to refer survivors to members of our network, and a variety of unique ways to intentionally align the advocacy community with the holistic healing arts community. There were over 90 people at this event, and it was just a tremendous and beautiful day. Later that week, I was able to guest lecture in 2 yoga classes at Columbia College in Chicago. I had this very unique opportunity to speak with the students about my own journey to heal after sexual violence and how the practice of yoga really influenced and nourished that process. It was also nice to be able to know that we have over 20 providers in Chicago that I could then refer those students to for those that may have already experienced sexual violence or other forms of trauma, or looking for different resources for friends or their community members. In Chicago, like I said, we have 20 individual practitioners. We also have 2 organizations, Live Oak Chicago and the Center for Contextual Change, both organizations that bring a holistic and trauma-informed framework to the work that they do with their clients. It will be exciting to one day have that kind of representation and that level of comprehensive resources for survivors in cities across the country. I finally just want to say that at the training I had the chance to share my story of being raped and my story of recovery publicly for the first time. I'd never done it before, and I truly believe that it was my 12 plus years of being involved with the holistic healing arts community, receiving a variety of care from acupuncture to chiropractic, EMDR, holistic psychotherapy, yoga, art therapy, and so much more, that allowed me to arrive at a place where I could share my story, and that I could do so in a way in which I was present with the sensations that were coming up for me, the imagery that I was tapping into while talking, but also feeling really grounded in my own body, knowing that I had resources around me, being able to connect with the faces and eyes and energies of the people in the room, so that in my telling of my story, I was not only able to share and potentially plant this idea that we are all capable of healing when we have access to the resources that we need, but it was also another step in my own healing journey to be able to say my story out loud and do so from a place of embodiment and a place of power and a place of really trusting my own inner resources. So I am just so grateful for this work that our national network does in the country and beyond. And I really appreciate your belief in our mission to infuse a trauma-informed lens into all of the healing that is happening across this country, so that survivors everywhere can access the resources they need to rejoin with themselves, to reintegrate their bodies, their minds, and their spirits, and to live in a fully embodied and authentic way. Please feel free to share about our campaign In addition to those beautiful contributions you've already made, you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter, and share with your community if you believe in this work. Share about why you believe in this work. We're all in this together, and we really see the Breathe Network as a movement to transform the way that our society responds to sexual violence and trauma, and you're an integral part of that work. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for believing in our mission and believing in survivors and their innate capacity to heal after sexual assault.